Hello and welcome. Today we will show you a demo of Semos Cloud's Employee Experience product suite. We're going to learn how to make the best of employee experience and see what it can do for your organization. My name is Raviola and I will be guiding you through the presentation today. Let's begin with Semos Cloud, who we are, how we came to be, and what we do. We have been in the business of providing reliable enterprise software solutions, IT consulting, and implementation for more than 10 years. We have had the opportunity to work with more than 35 global Fortune 500 enterprise companies and to work on deployments of our solution with these companies. Some of our most interesting case studies include Coca-Cola, Japan Tobacco International, OMV, Alliance Group, Mapfre, and many others. We partner with the leading enterprise software vendors in the world, such as SAP, Oracle, and Microsoft, and our solutions are integrated and available in their app stores and also in other leading marketplaces. When it comes to the history of Semos Cloud, we are an independent software company that focuses on the design, development, and implementation, as well as technical support of sophisticated enterprise cloud solutions. Some of our most notable milestones is that in 2013, we were accepted in a Cloud Development Accelerator program by SAP. And for a decade now, we have been delivering solutions and integrations on the public cloud platform with technical and business support from our partner teams at SAP, Oracle, and Microsoft. In 2018, we won the SAP Pinnacle Award. And in 2020, we became an SAP endorsed partner and joined their premium partnership program. And lastly, we're also a founding member of the Partner Advisory Council for Innovation, alongside other top service integrators that build competitive cloud and AI offerings. This was a brief intro on Semos Cloud and our history. Next, we're going to talk about the employee experience and how it impacts your organization. And then we're going to show a sneak peek of some of the highlights of our solution and how it can help you build a culture of recognition and improve the overall employee experience. So what is employee experience? This is a set of employees' perceptions in regards to their journey through different touch points of an organization, beginning from the job interview or from the candidacy and continuing to the exit interview at the end of the journey. For example, factors like the company's physical workspace, the culture, as well as technology are all essential components of the employee experience. A positive employee experience is important on a strategic level. When managed properly, it reduces the company's costs and improves employees' productivity. On the right-hand side, you can see the different numbers and how employee experience impacts the organization. All of the numbers represented here come from the data our customers provided. It was striking to find that 33% of employees do not trust their employers. The reason behind that is because they feel that they are disengaged. There is a toxic culture, and there is no culture of sharing appreciation and recognition, which eventually leads to 73% of disengaged employees actively seeking for a new opportunity. Disengaged employees are costly for companies, as 34% more budget is spent when there are disengaged employees in the organization. 47% of employees prefer companies with a good culture. There is 67% less turnover in companies that keep their employees positively engaged. Not surprisingly, 63% of companies find it hard to retain employees rather than finding new employees, which also depends on company culture and branding. So, in order to retain the employees, a positive employee experience is essential. Now we have learned what employee experience is and its impact on organizations. The numbers we use we collected by working with our customers, and they tell us how can your organization achieve the return on investment by working with us and by using our products and solutions. What recognition can do for your organization is increase the organizational performance and transform the culture and also save costs and improve the bottom line. By practicing a positive company culture and nourishing employee engagement, organizations can expect to increase employee engagement by 175% and to decrease employee turnover by 19.7%. The happier the employees in the organization, the more likely it is that they will stay longer in the company. Some organizations struggle with employer branding, and this is something our solutions can also help with. Later in this presentation, in the Key Studies section, you will learn about how we have helped our clients increase their Glassdoor rating by creating a culture of recognition from 2.1 to 4.3 in one particular case. When it comes to saving costs and improving the bottom line, the numbers that stand out here are the 17% increase in profitability year over year, 180 hours per year saved in system management. Why is this important? What you will be seeing throughout this presentation is that we focus on making the solution self-sustainable, easy to use and navigate, not only for the employees as end users, but also for the HR admins and people who are governing the platform. This is connected to the 0.5 FTE full-time equivalent, which is required to run a global enterprise program. The number is taken out of our case study with one of our customers that used just 0.5 FTE to govern the entire platform for more than 120,000 employees. In this slide, we're going to focus on a general overview of our platform and how our solutions deliver positive employee experience and outcomes. The three layers that you can see on this slide are the experience layer, which refers to how the employees and the end users, managers, and HR admins use the platform. Just below the experience layer, you can see the solution layer, the modules connected to the different solutions that are part of our offering. Today, we're going to focus on the Recognition Cloud. As you might know, our solution is a comprehensive solution that enables organizations to further improve their organizational health by using our well-being cloud, the communications cloud, and the skills cloud, which help with talent and skills, intelligence, and talent analytics. The third layer refers to the technology or the machinery behind our platform and how it all works together. Now, look at the experience layer. Here we refer to the end users of the platform. These are the different ways employees can access and use our platform. We can create custom social home and branded landing pages that are aligned with the company's branding guidelines and also speak the language of your organization and your employees. Our platform is also available as a progressive web application. It can be used on different types of mobile devices. For example, organizations that have blue-collar employees who are mostly working in factories, these can be accessed through kiosk devices. This is how all employees, regardless of their place of work, become a part of the recognition process. There are different ways in which employees can communicate within the platform. E-cards are one option, personalized for your organization. Another option are emails for different types of activities and notifications within the platform that ensure that the employees are aware of what's happening in terms of recognition. Notifications can be further personalized to push the process of recognition forward and give them the means to take another step and perhaps recognize a colleague. There is the internet and company portal we can integrate with your intranet and make sure that our solution is exactly in the flow of work of your employees. And since our platform can be connected to communication applications such as Microsoft Teams, Office, and Slack, this is completely possible. Because successful adoption of a program happens when the program exists for the sake of the employees, finding them where they already are, in their flow of work, and that's what we can do for your organization. Of course, we are integrated with your core HR system, and this is a two-way sync. Not only we use the information that's stored in your core HR system to make the experience for the end users seamless, but we also push information back to your core HR system. Another feature is the social sharing. Besides sharing within the platform, we also enable your employees to share their recognitions and achievements externally, for example, on LinkedIn, which again talks about employer branding and improving the company's status externally. This is actually connected to talent acquisition as well. The second layer of the image of the current slide refers to the Recognition Cloud. There are different types of modules your organization can use to improve the culture of recognition and create a positive employee experience for your employees. There are different types of recognition programs depending on your HR and strategic goals. These programs include monetary programs, non-monetary programs. They can be top-down or peer-to-peer, so available to everyone in your organization. And you can even decide the different eligibility for these programs. Who are the people that can use them, whether this is on a demographic level or the hierarchy that is defined in your organization. Now we'll explain what's a rewards catalog. Beside the recognition, our platform also provides a comprehensive offering of different digital rewards that your employees can redeem by using the points that they have collected in our solution, celebrating the moments that matter. These are not only the anniversaries and birthdays, which are more or less the standard events that are celebrated in the organization and usually recorded in the core HR system. Here, we're talking about moments that go beyond that. These are the custom-made moments personalized for your employees, such as having a baby, or maybe building in your house, or getting in your apartment. Anything that your organization feels comfortable celebrating with your employees can be enabled through different events and moments that matter. And, of course, this can be automated for free for your employees. Next, earning points and incentives. This is a different way of looking at recognition. Aside from the typical way of how you can get recognized from a peer-to-peer recognition or a top-down recognition, earning points and incentives is an ideal way of promoting certain behaviors in your organization and earning points for them. Your employees can earn points for participating in different trainings or learning courses, maybe for referring a candidate, and earning points for doing so. These are all different topics that you can promote in your organization through the campaigns. The admin center is the place where all of these different types of programs are created and governed. But not only that, you can define the different types of budgets that are connected to the monitoring programs. You can define the eligibility for the programs, and you can view the important analytics and reports that provide insights. You can change the process as you move forward. Should you need help, the professional services of our teams are always available to our clients with your organization, with your teams, not only in the implementation phase, but also in the next phases of our collaboration. The final layer refers to technology. This is where we have native HCM integrations, the security and governance, which are really important topics. And because we are an enterprise solution, we are aligned with all the important security requirements. We have different extensions and the flexibility to connect with your internal intranet solutions, such as SharePoint, as I mentioned earlier, and we rely on AI and data science. Of course, there is the ability to create analytics and workflows for all those programs where this is necessary to make sure that there is control over the program so as to monitor how they're being used and just to avoid any misuse if needed. There is a multi-cloud choice of deployment. Now we're going to take a deep dive into our platform. The first slide you're seeing here is the mobile application or the progressive web application. Progressive web application means that all of the functionalities that are available in the desktop version of the platform are also available in the mobile platform. For the end user, this means that there is no loss of functionality whatsoever. All of the features available in desktop are also available here. What you can see here in the screen is just a simple overview of the awards section where the employees can see the history of all the recognitions that they have received or the rewards that they have redeemed. And they can also share externally, as we talked earlier on LinkedIn, which also speaks to the employer branding and improving the employee advocacy in the organization. The next slide shows a branded homepage. As you can see, in the centerfold of the platform, there is the social wall. And then on the right-hand side, we have the different capabilities or options that are available to me as an employee. The social wall is the place where employees can see who is recognizing whom in the organization and then they can like, comment, or even boost their colleagues' recognitions. This is the focal point where all of the activity can be seen. As an organization, you can decide if you want these or the type of programs that you want to create. You decide which programs are suitable for your organization, how to go about certain programs, and some will require approvals before they are published. Or you can even allow your employees to decide what they want to share internally, but also externally on LinkedIn. As we saw earlier, on the right-hand side, you have the different types of capabilities that are available, such as the Recognize tile, where you can see the different active recognition programs, and that is actually the next topic we're going to focus on. This is what you see if you go under the Recognize tile. You can view the different available programs in the organization. And just a side note here, this is a vanilla version. So we're really focused on two basic types of programs, the thank you non-monetary program and the monetary reward program. On the right-hand side, the HR admins have the ability to create and define the different program guidelines just to make sure that there is enough transparency and information for the employees on how and when to use the programs. So there is no confusion when it comes to recognition. The non-monetary program is, in this case, a program that's available to everyone in the organization, so everyone can recognize their peers for a job well done. These recognitions are usually the ones that promote the core company values and behaviors. There is no need for workflows and approvals. However, if needed, such as in the case of the sport award, workflows and approvals can be associated with a particular program. This program is usually an executive level program. In this case, top-down managers send recognitions to their colleagues, to their teams for extraordinary behaviors, or again, for a job well done, and it's connected to a certain monetary aspect. Of course, you can define the different locations where the programs are active, so they can be programs that are global, but then you can also define the programs on a more local level or team level, such as the sales department in the organization, for which you can have special incentive programs. On this slide, you can select the individuals or teams that you want to recognize and hear. It's quite handy that there are several ways in which you can select the recipients, so you can select individuals from the organization, from your core HR system. For the end user, this is a seamless experience. You can also recognize the teams that are defined in your core HR system, such as the sales department, or you can even create teams within our platform. As you can see here, there's this team superstars that I created for myself. So the next time that I come in and want to recognize this particular team, I can easily do it. The reason why we decided to include this option is because we noticed by working with our customers that most of the time we want to recognize people that are not necessarily a part of our immediate teams as they are defined in the organizational structure. These are usually people that are a part of different teams, but we still work together on a daily basis, and we want to recognize them. So, Teams Superstars, a really interesting option of dynamic team creation and how you can recognize different team members. As soon as you select the people you want to recognize, you can, of course, connect your recognition to the cultural values of the organization or different behaviors, depending on how the program has been set up. So you can select accountability, service, excellence, gratitude, etc. Whatever is connected to this recognition, you can write your nice appreciation message. You can also accompany it with an e-card or maybe a fun gift. If that's what you want to do, you can upload files if needed and then go to the next step where you will actually see this recognition confirmation. When it comes to the recognition confirmation, this is a recognition confirmation for you as the sender. But also the recipients like Anya, they will also view a notification in their own inboxes, as well as an email notification saying, hey, you got recognized by your colleagues. This is one solid way to boost employee experience and how you can send a simple thank you non-monetary recognition. Next, we're looking at the manager's point of view to find how can managers view analytics and drill down the important KPIs in the organization. As a manager in the organization, it's really important to have access to the recognition analytics. And what our platform offers is the ability to read the engagement index on an individual team and on a company level. You can understand how the organization is performing in terms of recognition. And then you can even drill down to the different non-monetary programs or monetary programs and see how they're performing over time. In this third layer here, you can also view your personal team's reach, your direct reports, and how they're using recognition in your organization. You can see your own influence and how you're affecting the culture of recognition in the organization, and then do a comparison of inside versus outside reach of recognition. These insights are really important for the managers because they allow them to understand who are the people in their team that receive the most recognitions and then how others are perceiving them. So by looking at the bigger picture, you can really understand how people view your team in the organization. And why is this important? Because these recognitions are usually connected to the core values that we mentioned or the different business objectives or behaviors in the organization. So as a manager, you can understand what kind of person Adam is and maybe what are some of his strong sides, but then some of the areas for improvement that might be discussed during the performance review or one-on-ones that you would have with your team. Next, we're going to talk about the different celebration options for coworkers regarding moments that matter. Here's how to congratulate your colleagues for the event that they're celebrating and also how to make it more memorable for them. There are different celebration options that are available, namely anniversaries and birthdays are the standard events that are recorded in the core HR system. Our system also has the capability to send automated congratulation messages whenever the special event or moment happens to the employee. For example, hey, congratulations on your work anniversary or your birthday. These can be sent from the HR team, your manager, or however your company wishes to define the communication pathways. As an employee, you also have the ability to congratulate your colleagues and your peers. So if I work closely with Mark, I can, for example, send him a personal message saying, hey, Mark, congrats on your anniversary. The third option are the moments that matter. And as we mentioned at the beginning, these are the moments that focus on celebrating the community and the events that are most likely not captured in the core HR systems. For example, events such as a new baby, or maybe buying a house, or getting a certificate of some sort. These are all events that can be celebrated by marking and appreciating moments that matter. What you're currently seeing is a memory book. This is a way for managers and co-workers to make their colleagues' special moments even more important and even more memorable by creating a memory book in which the manager can invite different people from the organization or team to celebrate this person's milestone. You can do that by writing a nice and personal message. And it can be presented in this lovely format as the memory book, which is also printable if needed. The next slide you're seeing is a consolidated view and reminders of the upcoming 10-year milestone. This is just a way of how we can share information and push information to the managers in the organization, reminding them of what's upcoming and what are the topics they need to focus on. This also goes with approvals and workflows. There are different ways in which we can communicate and push information to the managers just to remind them on what's happening and to make sure that there are no bottlenecks within the organization. Of course, managers have access to the approval flow. As I said, if there is a particular recognition that requires an approval, this is how managers can view the details of the recognition and decide if they want to approve or dismiss the entire recognition. Lastly, we're looking at the admin center, a really important focal point where the magic happens and where the HR admins in the organization create different programs such as the non-monetary program that we focused on earlier. You can also create different campaigns here. Using the admin center, you have an overview of the users in the platform, the employee engagement index, but also the pending workflows as an organization on a higher level. You can see who are these managers that are not approving the recognition And then you can take action and communicate with these managers just to make sure that this magical cycle of recognition is continuous and there are no obstacles along the way. The report section is also a really important section here. Admins are also able to view the different types of reports and analytics, whether they're connected to the recognitions that are centered, the rewards that are redeemed. These are reports that are available out of the box. And in the last section of our demo, we will show how companies benefit from our platform. The first case study features one of our biggest customers, and that's SAP. SAP chose to use their own internal name for job points, and that is SAP Appreciate. They wanted to motivate and engage their employees by using job points and the SAP Business Technology Platform. The objectives that we had with this plan were to make the rewards more engaging for employees, to maintain the integrity of HR data, while also maintaining a single source of employee data, social recognition, and payroll. The reason they chose us is because of our competitive advantage. We are a partner solution, which is built on SAP Cloud Platform, and we are also an extension of SAP SuccessFactors solutions. Our security and privacy are maintained in the SAP data centers. There is the ability to create a peer-to-peer recognition framework with approval workflows, which serve to govern the recognition, and the ability to create different advanced reports and analytics based on the SAP HANA database. The value-driven results were improved user experience in the platform, which led to a greater adoption of the solution, flexible setup of award levels when it comes to monetary programs, and accelerated recognition of feedback. Then, a staggering 85% employee engagement and a 90.7% attrition rate improvement, increase of profitability of 4%. There are more than 110,000 employees rolled into the recognition program, which speaks volumes about the scalability of our solution and the enterprise grade level to which we cater. Our solution was one of the top employee self-services used by SAP employees. So here you can see the HR services that are most used. These are access your communication, but also appreciate a colleague with a monetary or non-monetary recognition. The next case study is our case study with our clients, Japan Tobacco International. They wanted a non-monetary recognition program that promotes top performance and mentors in your organization. So their objectives were to increase the employee engagement with a modern and easy-to-use solution, which was easily accessible for the employees. They wanted a non-monetary program. So customers don't need to start with a big bang. You can start small with a non-monetary program, such as the case of JTI, and then introduce other programs as you go along and start to create a culture of recognition. They chose us because we're built on the SAP platform. All of the data that they had on employees were stored in SuccessFactors. So it was really easy for us to do this implementation and integration. And from the very beginning, there were really unique and attractive features that the organization liked, like the peer-to-peer recognition, celebrating special occasions. And we had the opportunity to do a proof of concept test, how the program would work, and then roll it out globally. We went live in just 4 months. We implemented a unique nomination program, which used peer-to-peer power to engage people and hit a high employee engagement score in the first 2 months from the launch of the programs. At least 30% of employee engagement refers to the increase of employee engagement within the first 2 months. And there were more than 13,000 users that have used the program. And this is an ongoing collaboration for us with JTI. On this slide, you're seeing how JTI uses recognition in Facebook Workplace and Microsoft Teams. So again, talking about being in the flow of work for employees, this is really important way in which you can bring recognition closer to your employees by being in the platform they use daily. Lastly, Job Points Recognition Cloud. Why us? We're the best of suite, best of breed, and best economics. When it comes to the integration and security, we do have a turnkey deep integration with SAP SuccessFactors that covers the employee master data, organization data. We have the capability to create event-based automations and to push data back to SuccessFactors. Our solution is scalable and enterprise ready with the highest security and data privacy provided together with SAP. We're 100% native on the SAP Business Technology Platform. We are the best of breed rewards and recognition platform. We have a robust and future-proof technology, employee experience innovations such as employee journeys, internal communications, health and wellness, artificial intelligence. Our solution is agile and flexible enough to breed a delivery that meets the specific use cases for your organization and your organizational culture. And last but not least, the best-in-class TCO with the lowest risk, highest compliance, including GDPR, ISO standards that are important for most of our customers. And thus we came to the end of today's demo. I hope this presentation brought you a little bit closer to Semos Cloud's employee experience product suite. If there is anything you'd like to hear more about, feel free to reach out to us. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for joining.